Hello everyone, this is Merc here. In addition to a commentary on one of the cities in Kashikoi's setting, it's also going to be something of a mic test for this headset. We also haven't recorded in this area yet, so we're going to see how well it goes, if there's too much of an echo, if my voice catches on alright, all that good stuff. And in the meantime, I'm going to be giving you some details about Kashikoi's world, especially this that you're seeing Fatumbo create. This is going to be a little bit of commentary, behind-the-scenes stuff about the city of Talon, the main rival of Arios, which is Kashikoi's city. So as you may or may not know from whatever you've read or what you've seen of videos before, Kashikoi's world is basically a post-apocalypse, but there's more of a catch to it. Down the surface area is your typical, Mad Max, Fallout setting, wastelands, scorched everything, destroyed architecture, craters, roving bands of raiders, all the fun stuff that you get in these post-apocalyptic settings. But above all this is the more high-tech city-states, which, Arios is one, and Talon, as you're seeing being created here, is another. Arios and Talon are both rivals. Most of the city-states don't like each other. They're all competing against each other, trying to find lost technology from the ancients to reincorporate, to reverse engineer, get ahead of each other. But Talon seems to have a particular hatred for Arios, which is, as I've said, Kashikoi's home. Talon we wanted to make different. We wanted to make it look similar to Arios, but we also wanted to make it look different, have it stand out from the few trees as well as the urban. So what we talked about is we thought we would make the architecture look very much more like something you'd see in the Soviet bloc countries. It's way more industrial. There's not a lot of trees planted in this flying city. It's just doesn't look quite as pleasant to live, but it's about on par with Arios as far as what their government is. There's no real ideological differences. The only difference between these two is they want the same things. They're rivals, and they are going to do whatever they can to ruin each other, maybe take over each other, go to war occasionally, spy on each other, sabotage each other, anything and everything. They've both got agents living in each of their cities, and they've probably also got agents in the other city-states as well, those that aren't really allied with them. It's a very tricky world. Everyone's really out to get you, but Kashikoi just seems rather oblivious to this. Now, are there other city-states besides Talon and Arios? As I've mentioned, yes, there are. We haven't really developed them yet, but I'm sure they exist, and they all have their own views on Talon and Arios. They might hate them, they might be allies, they might just tolerate each other, but there are other city-states, and they all have their own unique spins, but the basic concept is the same. You've got a floating island above the wasteland where you have all the technological superiority, and they're usually ruled over some kind of feudal figure with a feudal title. Kashikoi's is ruled by a baron, and Talon is also ruled by another feudal figure. I'm going to call her the Countess for now, but we haven't really seen her in person yet. But I'm sure she's quite devious, just like the Baron of Kashikoi is, and is looking for any way to get ahead of her rival. So, as we can see here, there's different style of architecture. And I imagine when we add color to this, we're probably going to make it more drab gray, or maybe a bit more drab brown. Something that definitely makes it look less colorful, more depressing than, say, Arios. Maybe that's one reason why they don't like Arios. Arios is a lot more beautiful than they are. Who knows? That's probably one of many reasons why they don't like each other, as if they need a reason. Talon, of course, their whole symbol, their whole logo is talons, because, why not? Talon, why would you not use a talon for your symbol? Why would you use something else? Kashikoi's run across their agents on her courier duties, most particularly the Rat Kimonimi, whose name is Tyla, if that's even her real name. She's been a very persistent foe and rival, and she is definitely one of many of Talon's agents that have come to Arios, or are trying to stop Arios from accomplishing their goals. And Kashikoi, being a courier, definitely runs afoul of people from this area, because Kashikoi is usually carrying important information, documents, orders, secret parcels, things that spies and agents from other city-states would definitely like to intercept. I mean, as if she didn't have enough problems already with the rampant technology, like roving drones, mad robots, defense systems that are shooting anything that moves, and of course all those raiders on the surface that sometimes make their way up, or raiders that engage her when she's down on the surface for whatever reason. But Talon differs from the raiders as they're more organized, they're on par with Arios. They can match them technology for the most part. There's probably a few differences in between the two city-states. I think Talon's going to be a really good addition to this world and setting, and really helps give us more foes and more uniqueness to this world and fleshing it out. So yeah, that is quite a little quick glimpse into Talon. So I hope this has been entertaining and enjoyable, and if you learned something, great. But anyways, this is Merc signing off for now, and I hope this goes well for a first recording. See ya!